His mother-in-law lives on my street, and he gave his grandkids a bunch of silly
I'll call to order the Tiffin City Council meeting for July 18th, 2022. Please direct your attention to Councilmember Wilkins for the invocation and Pledge of Allegiance.
Please bow your heads for the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk Forrest, will you please take the roll?
Yes, Councilmember Wilkins.
here.
Councilmember Iannantuono.
Here.
Councilmember Jones.
Present.
Councilmember Leopard.
Here.
Councilmember Perry.
Here.
Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes of July 1st special council meeting and July 5th committee of the whole and regular meeting? If not, they stand approved as read. Committee reports. Finance Committee.
No report, Mr. President.
Law and Community Planning. No report. Materials and Equipment.
No report at this time, Mr. President.
Personnel and Labor Relations.
No report, Mr. President.
Recreation and Public Property.
No report, Mr. President.
Street, Sidewalk, and Sewers.
No report at this time, Mr. President.
Economic Development and Downtown Planning.
No report, Mr. President.
Thank you. Does anybody see a need for a committee of the whole meeting? If not, reports of the officers. Her Honor, Acting Mayor Bridget Boyle.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just a couple things related to upcoming events this week. We have the Sweet Summertime as the third Thursday event this week, beginning at 4 p.m. with business specials throughout downtown. There will be food trucks in City Lot 5 as well as City Lot 7 beginning at 5 p.m. An artist market opens on Court Street at 5 p.m., sponsored by the Tiffin Municipal Arts Commission. A downtown car cruise also begins at 5 p.m. The Cherry Bombs will be playing live at the East Green Amphitheater beginning at 7 p.m. and sponsored by Krogan Colonial Bank. There will be additional music from 5 to 7 p.m. throughout downtown. Additionally, this weekend, the Tiffin Seneca Farmers Market is in downtown Tiffin from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Saturday. There is yoga on the East Green at 9 a.m. Saturday. And Tiffin East Green Concert Series presents the Together Band at 8 p.m. Saturday. Lastly, next week is the Seneca County Fair with events beginning Sunday. For more information, check out the senecacountyfair.org for the schedule of events. As a reminder to council, I am out from Wednesday, July 20th through July 24th this Sunday, so I will be out of town. And that's all I had. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Clerk of Council, Ann Forrest.
No report, Mr. President.
Director of Finance, Kathy Kaufman.
No report, Mr. President.
Director of Law, Brent T. Howard.
No report, Mr. President.
Written Communications.
Thank you. We have Finance Director's request for legislation number F22-27 to amend the 2022 Budget Ordinance 21-105 to appropriate funds into the park budget and park capital budget.
That will remain on file in the Clerk of Council's office as ordinance number 22-65 has been prepared for tonight's meeting.
68. 22-68, I believe.
Okay, 22-68.
Finance Director's request for legislation number F22-28 to amend the 2022 Budget Ordinance 21-105 to appropriate funds into the Fire Other Professional Services budget.
This will remain on file in the Clerk of Council's office as ordinance number 22-67 has been prepared for tonight's meeting.
Finance Director's request for legislation number F22-29 to amend the 2022 Budget Ordinance 21-105 to appropriate funds into the street and park budgets.
This will remain on file in the Clerk of Council's office as ordinance number 22-66 has been prepared for tonight's meeting.
Then we have an email from Diane Bowen dated July 13th, 2022, in support of Dawn Iannantuono for mayor. An email from H. Thomas Baker to Ken Jones dated July 14th, 2022, expressing concerns about the special meeting and supporting Dawn Iannantuono as mayor. Email from Brian Cole dated July 14th, 2022, resubmitting his cover letter and resume for the position of Tiffin City Mayor. Email from Brian Cole dated July 15th, 2022, expressing his interest in the City Council vacancy, depending on the results of the mayor's position. Email from Joseph and Nancy Obringer dated July 15th, 2022, suggesting that only Dawn Iannantuono and Brian Cole be considered and voted on as mayor with no new applications accepted. Email from Mary Phillips dated July 15th, 2022, to not reopen the process and endorsing Dawn Iannantuono as mayor. Email from Louis Miller dated July 16th, 2022, in support of Dawn Iannantuono. Email from Amber Herbert dated July 16th, 2022, in support of Dawn Iannantuono and for not reopening the process. Email from Margaret Slowick dated July 16th, 2022, in support of Dawn Iannantuono and not reopening the process. And then we have two additional ones that were presented today in the agenda change memo. Let's see. One was the email from David Kale dated July 17th and proposing a compromise to break our last meeting's deadlock. And then there's another email from Dustin Williams dated July 18th as a letter of encouragement to council and to move forward with the election as it stands on I believe in the two members, the two candidates, I'm sorry. That concludes the written communications.
There's one skipped.
Oh, did I skip?
For Skylar.
Oh, I'm
the
sorry,
first
I jumped right over it. Okay,
okay.
sorry. And then there's an email from Skylar Mezzard dated July 13th expressing his concern about the actions and lack of transparency at the July 11th special meeting. That concludes the written communications.
Okay, thank you, Clerk Forrest. Oral communications. Anyone wishing to address council may step to the podium, sign in, and direct their questions to the council president. Mr. Horniman.
I'll do my paperwork here. I'll preface my comments that I am not representing any organization or anything. These are my own personal opinions that I'm going to share with you. Judging by the written communications, just the summary of what those were, these are probably opinions that you've heard or seen through email. In reference to the mayoral choice and this decision, I coined the phrase, "It's time to put the baby to bed." And what I mean by that is this needs to come to conclusion. Therefore, our city, before this is concluded, our city cannot move forward. We cannot go on to do the business of moving Tiffin forward, and we need to heal. This is, you couldn't write a movie that had this much going on with it or anything. No one could foresee this situation playing out. But I think for the good of the city, it's in the best interest to come to a conclusion. It may not be the best or what you anticipated, but it does need to so that we can move forward. I consider myself an engaged and informed citizen. I've reached out to everyone on council. Everyone has had some sort of communication with me, some more than others. The way that I see it is nobody ever took an oath. In my eyes, that concludes the process. That's like signing the contract at the end of the process. That did not happen. So therefore, I say, I say you have one or two viable candidates that are still interested and I think it should be concluded as soon as possible. I love watching city council meetings. My favorite part of city council meetings are the mayoral report, hearing about events going on in town, proclamations that they recognize outstanding citizens and their work around our community. Those are the parts of city council I like. If you've noticed during this process, that really hasn't happened a whole lot. So, for the good of our city and to move us forward, I urge you to go forth with either one or two of the current candidates that are still on there. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anyone else care to comment? Seeing no one, we'll move on to motions.
All right.
Councilmember Wilkins.
I would like to make a motion to vote tonight with the candidates that already submitted their resumes by the June 27th, 2022 deadline and have already gone through the Q&A process. This would be done by a verbal roll call vote. And I would like to provide some context to this if you would allow. As the newest member of City Council, I will say that these first 18 days are not at all what I expected. It has been intense and very difficult and time away from my family. I respect each of you for your service to this community on City Council, and I know this process has not been easy for any of you either. If you know me, people that know me, I take a lot of time to sit and reflect. I have my chicken scratch pro and con list here. So I'd like to share kind of how I came up with this. Tiffin City Council is responsible for a large variety of duties necessary for the continued function of the City of Tiffin. We're responsible to collaborate as a unit for the best interests for the City of Tiffin. So right now with an interim mayor, respectfully, Mayor Boyle, I don't believe that the City of Tiffin is functioning at full capacity. And what I mean by this is strategic decisions shouldn't be made by a temporary person in her position. We need somebody in this position full-time. We owe it to the citizens of Tiffin to restore this position so that we may continue to thrive and move forward. All eligible people who are interested in the position already had an opportunity to apply, and I feel like we should stick to that deadline. Reopening this process only allows for reactionary individuals to apply for the position, and I personally want someone who, no matter who was running, was willing to run because they believed they were the right person for the job. I would like to state that I do encourage those that were inspired to start coming to see, the room's full. I don't know if it's always this full, but because I'm only 18 days in here. But I would encourage you, if this was something that inspired you, start coming to city council meetings, get involved. There are 2 vacant seats. I'd love to sit next to you. And prepare yourself to run for the mayor of Tiffin when the citizens are able to vote. And sorry I had to write this out because I'm a person that sometimes when I start talking, I'll go off on a tangent. So I felt like it was best if I wrote it down in front of me. So thank you.
We're under discussion, or do you want a second for that?
If you're ready to second, please go ahead. But if you want to discuss the matter, continue.
I think it'd be appropriate to get a second and then have discussion.
Okay. I will second the motion. It has been moved and seconded that we proceed with our 2 remaining candidates to be elected as mayor. Those 2 candidates are Councilmember Dawn Iannantuono and Mr. Brian Cole. Is there any discussion? Councilmember Perry.
Thank you. Obviously, if you watched the last meeting, I did want to open it back up just for, like Mr. Horniman said, I felt like the process was complete. Having stated that, over the weekend, I didn't have anyone that reached out and said, you know, I think so-and-so would be really interested. I think this person would be really interested. I didn't have any of that. I had a lot of support for Council Member Iannantuono, who I refer to as Dawn. Yeah, so I think part of our job is also as council people to listen to what our community tells us too. So I am comfortable moving forward with the vote as well.
Councilman Jones.
Thank you, Mr. President. One of the emails was accusing one of the council members of dominating the conversation. I'm not really sure who they were referencing. And I'm back to opening this up. And the reason I'm saying that is I went back and looked at the 11 charter amendments that we voted on November the 2nd. 501 was replacing the mayor situation. 1108 was 85% favorable vote. And that was something about a person is a person, it's not an institution. That was 85%. 501 was replacing a mayor. That was 83% approval rate. It just seems to me the citizens of Tiffin want to open this up, and several of us are talking about closing it. One of the emails talked about the best candidate, the right candidate. That kind of caught my ear. If we open it up and wait till the end of July, early August, I've got a communication here. Republican Central Committee is going to possibly send someone on board August the 1st. That'll be 6. Email said Democratic Central Committee may have a person available on our meeting on August the 1st. If that's the case, there's 7 of us. I would rather involve them. 7 of us vote on this instead of just 5. So that's my input.
Councilmember Perry.
Thank you. Again, I don't want to push timelines like that, because if for some reason someone's out of town or someone's sick, or heck, I got kids, I know what it's like if I have to stay at home with them. You don't know what's gonna happen. So I don't want to wait until that August 1st. I think that's too late. If it was sooner, I would maybe be pushing more to wait for these new council members to, you know, have this vote. So we do have a full council. I do. Does make it a lot easier when we have all 7, so you don't have where you need 4 votes like this. But yeah, I think the last thing all of us want is for this thing to go for whatever reason and goes out too long and the judge fills the seat, which I don't think that's our job to do. So just some, you know, comments on how I feel like it'd be best if it was tonight.
Councilmember Wilkins.
And I know I was long-winded, but I want to reiterate the fact that I feel like strategic decisions for the city of Tiffin are not being made at this time, and I think it's very important for us to put someone in place that can make those decisions, and I think that waiting until August 1st is too long. We're at the 18th. So, thank you.
Any further discussion? Councilman Jones.
Thank you, Mr. President. I do not want to dominate the conversation. Based on what Councilmember Perry's just said, not waiting till August the 1st, I can compromise on that, move that date up a week or 2. But in order to do that, and I don't think it's up to us on City Council, but it'd be nice if someone would get a hold of the Republican Central Committee and the Democrat Central Committee, and can you move your timeline up? Get 2 more people on board, make 7 of us. Let 7 of us make this decision instead of just 5. That's more of a kind of a question than can we, no. I'll do it if that's acceptable, but someone ought to see if they can move their timelines up.
I'm not privy to any information. Is David here?
Yes, he is.
Okay. I believe that our date was set due to the vacancy of the building we're going to use.
I'm David Kale. I am not chairman of the committee. I used to be. I've been through lots and lots of these appointments over the years, but I did not set this date. I was in favor of having the meeting sooner, but our bylaws require a 10-day advance notice in writing to all committee members. And we also have already put the ad in the newspaper. We have to run an ad in the newspaper. That was in Saturday's newspaper. I would be in favor of doing it sooner rather than later. I would like the Democrats to do their meetings sooner rather than later. I think the date they've set is maybe the 26th or 27th, but I'm not sure what their date is or what their bylaws require. Ann mentioned that I sent a compromise. My proposed compromise, since I'm sure there's some people wondering what I proposed, is that you keep all of your options open. That by August 1st or 2nd, you should have 7 members. If you opened it now to anyone applying, you could say to those people, Council, on August 2nd, 7 members might decide to only go with the 2 original applicants or the 1 person who is still left from the current round. Frankly, I think the voters should decide. I was very active in some of the proposals that were made to the Charter Review Commission. I sat in on most of those meetings, made some of those proposals. They did not accept everything. One of the proposals that I made that they did not accept was that when we have a vacancy, it go to the next available election, not the next available municipal election, municipal general election. We only have a municipal general election every 2 years.
Thank you, Mr. Kale.
Okay. Sign in here.
Any further discussion between council members concerning the motion? Councilman Jones.
Thank you, Mr. President. Trying to wrap this around my head here. We're talking about 5 of us voting for the temporary mayor. Are we going to call a special meeting and vote on it? Or is someone, please don't tell me someone is thinking about voting on this tonight? That's my question.
We have a motion on the floor, and I have full intentions of voting on this tonight.
Turn my cell phone off here.
Okay, it has been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? It has been moved and seconded that we vote for either Councilmember Dawn Iannantuono or Mr. Brian Cole to serve as mayor of Tiffin for the duration of the term. Clerk Forrest, will you please call the roll?
Yes.
This is, do we vote for the person now, or are we voting on the motion?
You're voting on the motion.
Voting on the motion.
Presented by Councilmember Wilkins.
Councilmember Wilkins.
Yes.
Iannantuono.
Yes.
Jones.
No?
Leopard.
Yes.
Perry.
Yes.
The motion passes 4-1. At this time, we'll take a roll call vote. You will either be voting for Councilmember Iannantuono or Mr. Brian Cole. Clerk?
Councilmember Wilkins.
Dawn Iannantuono.
Dawn Iannantuono.
Dawn Iannantuono.
Councilmember Jones.
Brian Cole?
Councilmember Leopard.
Dawn Iannantuono?
Councilmember Perry.
Dawn Iannantuono.
Dawn, you have been elected to serve
Congratulations.
as mayor. You accept?
I do accept.
Thank you. Okay. Would you like to make an announcement about taking the oath of office or enlighten us any?
I'm available whenever Bridget wants to give it up.
Councilman Jones.
Just a question, because I don't know the answer. Is it possible to swear the council member Iannantuono in as we speak and allow her to take the mayor's chair, and Councilman Leopard come back and represent the first ward? If you want to rush this thing through, that's my suggestion.
Director of Law, are we prepared to do that this evening?
I don't think we have the oath ready. I think it would maybe more appropriate to plan out when she would like the oath to be administered, so there can be a transition with the acting mayor instead of mid-meeting taking that kind of action. I think you let the meeting proceed forward with all the participants in the positions that they currently hold.
Okay, thank you. Councilman Perry?
Thank you. First, congratulations to the new mayor. I think with the experience, obviously, I think it's, like I said before, the X factor is, she definitely loves the city. She was voted in by the people to take that next step. Also wanted to tell Mr. Cole, thank you for coming to all these meetings. I saw that you're interested in city council, so I look forward to, possibly working with you. And I thank you very much for, your dedication to the process. And it's very admirable that you've been here the last 3 meetings. So thank you very much.
Would you like me to comment?
Please.
I just want to say to all of you that I am humbled, honored, and excited to step forward as your next mayor of Tiffin. And I look forward to working with all of you. I look forward to working with Bryce Riggs, who has been exceptional in this process as a member of the chamber, and with Aaron Montz as the Tiffin, or the TSEP CEO. I look forward to working with both of those gentlemen to keep us moving forward. I know it's been a tough couple of weeks, and I'm not going to comment on that any further. We're moving forward, and it's done. And so I appreciate all the support. I appreciate all the reaching out that I've had the last few days. It's really touched me, and I do appreciate that. Thank you. And thank you, all of you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Wilkins.
I'd like to extend my congratulations, Mayor Iannantuono, as well, and thank you to Mr. Cole, like Councilman Perry said, for sticking through it, and I hope that perhaps you're sitting next to us, or if not, you continue to be part of the City of Tiffin, so thank you.
Resolutions. None.
There are no resolutions tonight, Mr. President.
Ordinances.
Ordinance number 22-55, introduced by Ben Gillig. Ordinance amending 2022 Budget Ordinance 21-105 to appropriate $18,451 into the Fire Rescue Division capital budget for the purchase of workout equipment.
That is the third reading of ordinance number 22-55.
Would you like me to cover those two?
Go ahead.
I would ask for council's immediate passage of ordinance 22-55.
Councilman Perry.
Yeah, I'll second the motion.
It's been moved and seconded that ordinance number 22-55 be passed. Is there any discussion? Councilman Jones.
Thank you, Mr. President. I asked this question before, and ex-Mayor Montz explained it very well, but there's many people in the gallery and people listening in that might not have heard the response. I would just ask again, workout equipment, is this physical equipment like chin-up bars, or is it, I don't know, just asking for explanation.
City Administrator.
The money would be used for physical equipment that would be placed in the current room, which is filled with equipment which is sorely outdated and doesn't help our police or fire forces to maintain their physical fitness. It is open for other city employees to use as well. But it is physical equipment such as treadmills and the like that would be used to help those security forces maintain their physical fitness while they're here at the station.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? We'll call the roll.
Councilmember Wilkins.
Yes.
Iannantuono.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Leopard.
Yes.
Perkins.
I'm sorry.
And Perry.
Yes.
Ordinance number 22-55 passes by a vote of 5-0.
Ordinance number 22-56, introduced by Ben Gillig. Ordinance amending the 2022 Budget Ordinance 21-105 to appropriate $12,500 into the Fire Rescue Division Operational Supplies budget for repairs to the 2005 Seagrave engine.
That is the third reading of ordinance number 22-56. Councilwoman Iannantuono.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to ask council for council's immediate approval of ordinance 22-56.
Councilman Perry?
I'll second the motion.
It has been moved and seconded that ordinance number 22-56 be passed. Is there any discussion? If not, roll call, please.
Councilmember Wilkins.
Yes.
Iannantuono.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Leopard.
Yes.
And Perry.
Yes.
Ordinance number 22-56 passes by a vote of 5-0.
Ordinance number 22-58, introduced by Steve Leopard. Ordinance amending 2022 Budget Ordinance 21-105 to appropriate a total of $586,827 into the American Rescue Plan Act Fund.
That is the second reading of ordinance number 22-58. Suspension.
Okay.
Councilwoman Iannantuono.
Mr. President, I'd like to ask for council suspension of the three-reading rule and pass ordinance 22-58.
Councilwoman Wilkins.
Yes. Second that. You need me to get in there?
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded that we suspend the three-reading rule for ordinance number 22-58. Is there any discussion? Councilman Jones.
Thank you, Mr. President. Again, for the audience's benefit, I can use this all night long, I guess. This $537 rounded off, that's earmarked for what areas? Evidently, the city has a plan to spend this on something, or we wouldn't be moving it into a fund. So what are some of the general areas this money's going towards?
Finance Director.
Yeah, we have several areas that this is going to.
I should have asked this before, but it just jumped out at me, and all the people are here, and I think they want to get clear answers instead of just 7-0.
Yeah.
Stand correct, 5-0.
Yeah, the $30,000 was to help with the website contract that we have, that we're working on the new city's website. We had some additional money for the trail connectivity project. And that was also in the 121 area. We had some windows that we needed to replace in City Hall and also some fencing. Was that in the Lions Club area?
That's in the Lions Club Park, yes.
Lions Club Park. And then in the police department area, we had three different things. There was a SRT support van that they need. There were some toilets in the holding cells that need to be replaced, and also we're looking at getting a new in-car camera system because ours is outdated. So that's something that's really important that we'd like to take care of. And then we hope to get a new ambulance for the fire department.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Any further discussion? It has been moved and seconded that we suspend the rule, the three-reading rule for ordinance number 22-58. We'll proceed with roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Wilkins.
Yes.
Iannantuono.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Leopard.
Yes.
And Perry.
Yes.
Ordinance number 22-58 passes by a vote of 5-0.
Vote on
No,
suspension.
No, suspended.
Now you
I'm
vote on
sorry.
passage.
Yeah. We'll vote on the suspension of ordinance 22-58.
Suspension. Now we vote on
We'll
passage.
vote on the passage of ordinance number 22-58.
Councilmember Wilkins.
Yes.
Iannantuono.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Leopard.
Yes.
And Perry.
Yes.
Ordinance 2258 passes by a vote of 5-0.
Ordinance number 22-62, introduced by Steve Leopard. Ordinance amending 2022 Budget Ordinance 21-105 to appropriate $1,000 into the Director of Communications budget for photography work for the City of Tiffin website.
That is the second reading of ordinance number 22-62.
Ordinance number 22-64, introduced by Daniel Perry. Ordinance approving the labor contract between the City of Tiffin and Local 583, Ohio Division 8, ESME, for the period from the date of January 1st, 2023 to December 31st, 2025, and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Perry.
Yeah, I'd like to ask for suspension of our three-reading rule and for immediate passage of 22-64.
Councilman Jones. Second.
Yes, I will second it.
It has been moved and seconded that we suspend ordinance number 22-64. Is there any discussion? Councilman Perry?
Yeah, I would just, if you wouldn't mind, Director of Law, yeah, I know you explained this in the Committee of the Whole, but to also explain it for our regular meeting on why we are suspending ordinance 22-64.
Right. This ordinance approves the labor contract between the city and the AFSCME union members. The parties, the city and the union, entered into labor negotiations. There was a resolution of the terms, and AFSCME union members met and voted on approval of those terms. The increase was a 4% increase each year over the next 3 years of the contract period, which appeared to be reasonable given the economic climate. All other provisions of the contract remain the same. So the union workers have in good faith exercised their right to vote on this, consider it, and now it's time for the city to then in turn consider the terms and move forward with accepting the union resolution.
Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Jones.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just wanted to thank Councilmember Perry for asking that excellent question in the discussion phase.
Okay, thank you. We'll vote on the suspension. Councilwoman Wilkins, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Councilmember Wilkins.
Yes.
Iannantuono.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Leopard.
Yes.
And Perry.
Yes.
We'll vote on the emergency of ordinance number 22-64.
Councilmember Wilkins.
Yes.
Iannantuono.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Leopard.
Yes.
And Perry.
Yes.
We'll vote on the passage of ordinance number 22-64.
Councilmember Wilkins.
Yes.
Iannantuono.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Leopard.
Yes.
And Perry.
Yes.
Ordinance number 22-64 passes by a vote of 5-0.
Ordinance number 22-65, introduced by Dawn Iannantuono. Ordinance amending Budget Ordinance 21-105, appropriating funds for the Trail Connectivity Project.
That is the first reading of ordinance number 22-65. Councilwoman Iannantuono.
You're making sure I put in my quote of suspensions tonight before I leave, aren't you?
Get them all in.
So I would like to ask for council suspension of the three reading rule and passing 22-64 or 65.
Councilman Perry.
I'll second the motion.
It's been moved and seconded that ordinance number 22-65, we suspend the three reading rule of City Council and its passage. We will vote on the suspension.
Councilmember Wilkins.
Yes.
Iannantuono.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Leopard.
Yes?
And Perry.
Yes.
We'll vote on the passage of 22-65.
Councilmember Wilkins.
Yes.
Iannantuono.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Leopard.
Yes?
And Perry.
Yes.
Ordinance number 22-65 passes by a vote of 5-0.
Ordinance number 22-66, introduced by Dawn Iannantuono. Ordinance amending 2022 Budget Ordinance 21-105 to appropriate $56,000 into the Street and Park Department budgets for motor fuel and oil.
Councilwoman Iannantuono.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would like to ask for council suspension of the 3-reading rule and passing ordinance 22-66.
Councilman Perry.
Yeah, I'll second, Mr. President.
It's been moved and seconded that we suspend the 3-reading rule for ordinance number 22-66. We will vote on the suspension.
Mr. President.
I'm sorry.
Councilwoman
I'll
Iannantuono.
comment. This one makes sense with the fuel prices that have been escalating. It's affected our street department, it's affected our parks department budgets, and so this is just money to help replace those extra funds that they've been putting out.
Thank you. We'll vote on the suspension.
Councilmember Wilkins.
Yes.
Iannantuono.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Leopard.
Yes.
And Perry.
Yes.
We'll vote on the passage of ordinance 22-66.
Councilmember Wilkins.
Yes.
Iannantuono.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Leopard.
Yes.
And Perry.
Yes.
Ordinance number 22-66 has been passed by a vote of 5-0.
Ordinance number 22-67, introduced by Dawn Iannantuono. Ordinance amending 2022 Budget Ordinance 21-105 to appropriate $2,500 into the Fire Other Professional Services budget for medical director expense.
Councilwoman Iannantuono.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would like to ask for council suspension of the 3-reading rule and passing ordinance 22-67.
Councilman Perry.
Yeah, I'll second, Mr. President.
It's been moved and seconded that we suspend the 3-reading rule for ordinance number 22-67. Is there any discussion? Councilman Jones.
Any of the other three of you? I don't want to dominate the conversation. Thank you, Mr. President. Before we vote on this, $2,500 into the medical director's expense, wasn't that already in their budget, being the fire department's budget? Wouldn't that already been in there?
City Administrator.
The money that was in the budget was for the medical director that existed at the time. It was Dr. Fitzpatrick, who worked at Mercy in their emergency room, been our director for a very long time. He retired, and we found that he is no longer able to act as that medical director by state law because he has retired and is not active in practice in an emergency room. So Chief Chappell had to go out to find a new medical director to do that. What he has found is that we can contract with Mercy, who has a group of medical emergency physicians who will cover and provide that service. It is slightly more expensive. So the $2,500 is the increase in cost to us for shifting this contract to a new provider.
Thank you for that. Now I know what I'm voting on. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further discussion? If not, we'll vote on the suspension of 22-67.
Councilmember Wilkins.
Yes.
Iannantuono.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Leopard.
Yes.
And Perry.
Yes.
Vote on the passage of ordinance number 22-67.
Councilmember Wilkins.
Yes.
Iannantuono.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Leopard.
Yes.
And Perry.
Yes.
Ordinance 22-67 passes by a vote of 5-0.
Ordinance number 22-68, introduced by Dawn Iannantuono. Ordinance amending 2022 Budget Ordinance 21-105 to appropriate a total of $61,679 into the park and park capital budgets.
Councilwoman Iannantuono.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would like to ask for council suspension of the 3-reading rule and passing ordinance 22-68.
Is there a second? Councilman Perry.
Yeah, I'll second, Mr. President.
It has been moved and seconded that we suspend the 3-reading rule for ordinance number 22-68. Is there any discussion? Councilman Jones.
Go ahead. You go first.
You just raised fast.
No,
I'm
no,
sorry.
Leave my time to Council
Thank you.
member.
Just some clarification on the dollars that are in that ordinance, please.
I will defer to Kathy and
Finance Director?
Yeah, so the ordinance, or the first amount that we have going into 242, which is the Parks area, that includes donations. There was one from Five Star Maintenance, one from Ken Jones. And there was also, that includes the grant from the Seneca County Park District that we heard from at one of the last meetings. So we want to get those funds put in so that we can start using them. Then also in the capital area, that $21,000 is needed for the Wi-Fi project at Hedges Boyer Park.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any further discussion?
did we want to comment where the $20 came from?
Oh, no.
That's what I was going to suggest.
Long story about that, $20. No further discussion? If not, we'll vote on the suspension of the three reading rule of 22-68.
Councilmember Wilkins.
Yes.
Iannantuono.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Leopard.
Yes.
And Perry.
Yes.
Vote on the passage of suspension passes by a vote of 5-0. We'll now vote on the passage of ordinance number 22-68.
Councilmember Wilkins.
Yes.
Iannantuono. Yes. Jones.
Yes.
Leopard.
Yes.
And Perry.
Yes.
Ordinance number 22-68 passes by a vote of 5-0.
That concludes the ordinance, Mr.
I would like to announce a street sidewalk and sewer committee meeting on Thursday, July 21st at 4:30 PM in the Mark Hayes Committee Room. The purpose of the meeting is to discuss mayor's request for legislation 22-24, Ohio Public Works Street Paving Grant. And any other business may come before the committee. Is there anything further? Mayor?
Yeah, last time, I get to say that. Yeah, no, just a comment, given my couple weeks as acting mayor, I just wanted to thank everyone for their support, not only on council and the administration, but anyone from the public. Everybody was extremely supportive, and additionally, thank everybody for the patience during this time. I know we had to work through some kinks, but I am a firm believer of everything happens for a reason. So I'm happy that we worked through it. Definitely a unique role. I never thought in my life I would have the experience of having this opportunity. So very grateful for that. Definitely learned from this. So, and then additionally, I'm pleased that we came to the conclusion for you, Councilmember Iannantuono. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Excited to see what you will do in this role. So thank you. That's all I had.
Anything further to come before this council meeting? If not, good evening. Boy, am I glad that you're going to be back.
I tried.
I've never been in a meeting with you. Oh, yeah, you have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy as it looks.